1 Tormots. I love it. That is awesome. It's exactly 15. It is a perfect transitional sideboard. It's perfect. That's awesome. And you know what? You're putting in Canonist, which sucks in a lot of matchups. Oh, Amp, you don't have to. Amp, you could do this. Let's say the other Sworns aren't good. You could do this. You could put in the reshapes and then a 1 of Unburial Rites, just in case they don't hit on your graveyard. Ethersworn plus Mentor is a massive nombo, says Amp. Ethersworn only stops artifacts, by the way. You can still go Mentor and cast all your artifact stuff, like the Petals, the Moxen, the Chrome Mox. Amp, Ethersworn plus Mentor is actually not a non-bow in this deck, because so many of the spells we're trying to resolve after we Mentor would be artifacts. Ethersworn Canonist says non-artifact spells. So you could have a board state of Canonist plus Mentor, and the spells that we're casting in this deck most of the time are artifacts anyway. And Monastery has prowess based on non-creature spells. So I don't know if I agree. Okay, you're not always going to sideboard perfect for 15, excuse me, if you misunderstood why I was excited. I was just excited that in certain matchups you could. Prime example, I would probably do that sideboard against Omni and Storm, hands down. I would do the full transformable sideboard against Omni and Storm. I would literally just do this. Boom. Full on sideboard. Easy. It's not... Okay, so what cards is it awkward with? Which ones? This one. This one. And we're talking about the turn it comes down, Amp? Okay, so it's only awkward with this. Yeah, it could be. I mean, but all of these work, this works, these work, these all work. So what are we going to do? What works and what doesn't work? 19 things work, 23 things don't work. One of those things is already in place, so 22 things don't work. It's not horrible. And this probably puts them out of the game, doesn't it? Whatever we're using this on. I'm using this against an opponent that this is good against, right? Hopefully. Hopefully we're playing smart Magic and putting the Ethersworn in when it's good, not when it's bad. Canonist works with itself, says Nerdy Joe. Right, maybe in the Storm match, maybe you don't go Monastery. I don't know. Maybe in the Storm match you don't Monastery? Maybe you want to run the Unburial Rites and the Reshapes. I don't know. You guys are going to find your own way how to sideboard this. That's another thing you can do. Maybe you're like, okay, it's Storm, Monastery's too slow, maybe I want to play like this. Maybe my go-to cards are going to be just the Ethersworns, just the Mages, and just the Lodestones. I don't see why that can't work either. What's wrong with this setup? There's nothing wrong with this setup. I don't see anything wrong with it. If only Mind's Desire was legal. Does this make sense to you guys? I think it's sweet. I think this is a great first draft. I'm sure there will be cuts. I'm sure that whoever messes with this list is going to tweak it heavily. But that's kind of the exciting thing about when you brew and let other people, you know, kind of do their own thing with it. I'm excited for that. Postboard, how good is Intuition? What are you grabbing? Anything you want, Karma. Do you want the Ethersworn? Grab Ethersworn. Do you want Lodestone? Grab Lodestone. Do you want Flusterstorm? Grab Flusterstorm. Do you want Force of Will? Grab Force of Will. Do you need a Chalice of the Void? Choose Chalice of the Void. Did you miss a land drop? Go get a land drop. Get the correct land. That's why you run 3 cities, by the way. Did you miss? Do you need a Mox Opal? Do you need Black Source for your Unburial Rites? Go grab Mox Opal. Do you need a Reanimate spell? Do you already have what you wanted? You need a Reanimate spell. Go grab the Unburial Rites and 2 other cards for value. That's why most everything's a 3 or 4 of Carmadillo. Just ask the question, what card am I missing? Go get it. Instant speed during their end step. What card are you missing? Do you need a Trinket Mage? Go get it. What are you missing? What are you missing? If you wanted to get cute with the Engineered Explosives, you could run a 1 of, because we're not sure about the Chrome Moxes, maybe we're supposed to run a 1 of Academy. Ruins, so that the Engineered Explosives is more sweet. You could do that, because we're not sure about the double Chrome Mox, right? Does this make sense? And then this would be the configuration if you're turning into Mentor, right? Let's say you're like, okay, well, Ethersworn doesn't do a lot in this matchup, but let's go with Mentors and Meddling Mages as the plan. You technically could keep the combo in very secretly, and all you'd need is 1 Salvager, 1 Unburial Rites, 1 Lion's Eye, and 1 Bauble. This is another sideboard plan that could be very sneaky. Because you're an intuition deck and you can consistently find these pieces, you could just side down on the package. The package is technically a 4-card package. It's technically a 4-card package. Let's say you're like, okay, well, Meddling Mage isn't very good in this matchup. Maybe you want a board like this. Maybe you want to keep the combo in, but you're like, the only cards I really like are Lodestone and Monastery. This is another sideboard plan. It looks like this. It looks like this, guys. This is another option. This is, you've sideboarded literally into the smallest bit of keeping the infinite combo. Carmadillo, you should probably take note of this sideboard plan as well. This says, I want to keep the combo in this matchup, but I don't want to sacrifice cardboard. I don't want to sacrifice card slots for it, but I still want to be able to intuition into the combo. Mono Blue Delvernaut, nice. Delvernaut, we were brewing that the other night for somebody. It's going to be in this because we don't actually own the Stifle Knots or the Stifles. But we brewed 2 versions. We brewed, what do we call it? We brewed it for somebody who donated to the charity. Somebody donated a generous sum to the Children, Save the Children Foundation. His name was like Horse. And we brewed 2 different versions of Stifle Knot. What the heck did I do with it? I'm sure I just keep skipping over it. It's not an S, which is what you'd think it's going to be in. The Return of Stifle Knot, there we go. So we built 2 versions. I think this version is the better version. If you're wondering why it's got a 1 of Tasigur, a 1 of Gurmag, and a 1 of Tombstalker, I was asking the guy that we were basically commissioned to brew this. It's kind of neat. I've never really been commissioned to brew something before. He donated to the charity so that I would brew this deck. I said, take your pick. Which do you like more, Tombstalker, Gurmag, or Tasigur as the top end? I think he ended up saying he preferred Tasigur. So we'd probably cut the Tombstalker and run 2 Tazigurs, 1 Gurmag. You probably want 2 or 3 of these. This deck was more all in. It runs a Torpor Orb and Hunted Horror. There's a Forces. There was a Daze variant. 2 Thoughtseize, a Vision Charm to serve as the 5th Stifle effect. It's only offensive, not defensive Stifle, if that makes sense. These 2 guys kind of curve here. The Tombstalker curves here. Does this make sense? He wanted us to brew blue-black X, which we decided to go with red. I don't know about the deck. I think it's cute. I like it, though. Pyroblast, Divert, Envelop, 2 Flosters, a Misdirection, a Liliana, another Thoughtseize, a Surgical, another Torpor Orb, Null Rod, Pithing, now Spellbomb. If you're wondering why I decided to go without Ponder, it's because I'm a Thought Scour deck. This deck was spice. We built another version of it that was more combo-esque, which was probably worse. I don't know if you're supposed to sideboard a second Torpor Orb. I guess we did. Ended up doing it. If you're up against, like, I guess Snapcaster, Vendilion Clique, Venser, it's kind of cool. Like, Legendary Miracles is kind of a problem, because they run more of the creatures than usual. Turns all their creatures into just the body. I'm sure there's a couple other examples of creatures in Legacy besides Legendary Miracles that don't like Torpor Orb. I just can't think of them. That's probably it. That's the main one. Maybe Death and Taxes, I guess Stoneblade. This turns off Stoneforge Mystic. What else does it turn off? That's about it. I think the last thing I wanted to do before we went to bed was brew a variant of Robopod that didn't have the Force of Will sideboard plan. I think it's the last thing I want to do before we head out, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Oh yeah, there you go, Back to Basics. We built several Back to Basics decks. That's awesome, man. Back to Basics is so people just don't know how awesome that card is, man. They just don't know Carmadillo. They haven't been educated. They don't know. They don't know. So if we weren't sideboarding into Force in Misdirection, what would the deck look like? It'd be a little worse against Abrupt Decay. I mean, what would it look like? The 4-card slots we opened up there, it would be like... You'd probably run fewer Flusters, a Trinisphere. Trinisphere would come in. You'd run Trisphere, you'd run Welding Jar. You'd run because I don't want to have nothing for Abrupt Decay. I want something for it. 2 more cards. Or a couple other cards we ended up cutting that we wish were back. Phyrexian Revoker was something we talked about. This guy was discussed. Yeah, Cantress and Counters, there you go. Welding, Phyrexian, Trinisphere. What was the last piece? Now this is conceding to something like Belcher on the play. This version would be conceding to that, you know. Which is one of the reasons why I like the other version, because I've seen several Belcher players over the past few days. I don't know why, but if you look at the metagame, more people are playing Belcher than you've seen in a while. Excuse me. Legacy metagame is kind of disgusting, but I'm seeing a lot more... where is it? We found the one guy. Maybe we only found the one guy on it. We saw Belcher tonight, man. It was depressing. I don't even see it here. But we found one. We found one. 4-color goblins. Intrigued. Oh, okay. It's for a mind-breaking Ashens. This is cool. Oh, goblins. 2 Chalice of the Void. That's cool. Carmadillo, thanks for the follow to him special. Thank you so much. If you guys like the show, we're trying to raise funds for Days, and when we finish the Days, I'm going to do a very ambitious charity stream. So once we finish this, once we get the Dazes, we're going to play a bunch of Daze decks, and I'm planning a charity through it's going to be through One Life, and it's going to be $50 more than the last charity stream that we successfully completed. The last charity stream was indeed successful. It was $150 to the Save the Children Foundation through Gamers for Good, excuse me. Gaming for Good.